What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we're going over Solana as it could be in progress of seeing a beautiful move back to the upside, and one that we've been talking about for the last couple weeks. So let's not waste any time at all, and let's get right into some Solana. Now, make sure you do stick around towards the middle to end of the video, as I'm going to tell you how you can make up to $115 completely for free. It is something you, again, will not want to miss. But with that said, of course, let's talk about some Solana. So over the last couple weeks, we've been talking about the establishment of support on this 30.45 level. We knew that we had this ascending structure. They will typically break to the downside. We called this perfectly. We said that if we broke out here, that we would open up some short trades down to, these low 30-ish areas. All that worked out beautifully. And then I told you, hey, if we lose 30.45, if we lose this macro Fibonacci 618 to 786 box, likelihood is we're pulling all the way back down to $24 to $26, and we don't want to get caught up in some type of long trade buying here until we can clearly establish something like a double bottom or some type of reversal pattern. And that's what's starting to play out. What we can see again is that we did put in this low at 30.45, start to break up to the upside, run into resistance, coming back down, now looking to establish what could be considered again the W bottom or the double bottom, however you like to call it. So for that reason, now it becomes a game of, well, how do we identify that this double bottom is playing out and that we are going to get a move back to the upside? Well, it all comes down to two levels, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of separate this into what I'm looking for, and then I'm going to separate it into how you can trade this. I have one more risky trade and I have one less risky trade, and you can kind of choose which one fits your style best if you'd like to trade, of course. So whenever I look at Solana right now, I of course know that this 618 level is extremely important. The 618 level from this macro, again, swing low to swing high event, is going to be sitting right around $34.25. Now, this level has served as significant on both sides. We saw support. Once we lost that support, we capitulated. Once we got back above this key level of resistance and back tested it, held it, we immediately shot straight up to 38. Once we lost this level, again, we retested, got rejected, capitulated. We came back up to it, and now we've had multiple wicks above it, but we're unable to close above it. What that says is that 34.25 is extremely significant. And until we're capable of getting a daily close above that level, I'm personally not going to be buying it because I think there is too high of a chance of a rejection back to the downside. Now, whenever you pair that with the fact that our hourly RSI is overextended to the top side here, and you can also see our 4-hour RSI is also overextended to the top side here. Both of these things kind of tell me, hey, we're approaching a key level of resistance, a level in which we've been unable to clear for the last couple of days here, and we're seeing overextensions on the shorter time frames. Well, why would I be doing a lot of buying until we're capable of showing we can clear it, okay? So I do believe it is more of a risky trade to be buying at 34.27, even if we do get the daily close here. Personally, again, we have to remember there's all this resistance, there's all this bearish liquidity here, bearish liquidity in the sense that the bears have been selling and holding the price below this level, and trying to buy it as we're entering into a little bearish liquidity zone, I just think is a more risky thing, right? We can look at this also from our macro Fibonacci perspective or a bit of a micro Fibonacci perspective and see that we also run right into our little micro 618 to 786 box right here. So even if we get a breakout, likelihood is of us pulling back off of that are very high. Now, sure, maybe we establish something like this, we come back down, boom, and then we get to bounce. Sure, that's very possible, but considering the fact that there's so much bearish liquidity in the zone, hourly RSIs are overextended, plus the 618, 786 box sitting right here, I just think that buying right here is a, for the long term, if you're willing to stomach something like this happening, great. It may not be a bad idea, but it is definitely more risky. And if I'm taking that trade on personally, what I'm doing is I'm setting a stop loss below this level here. What I'm doing is I'm setting my trend here, right? We get this breakout. Likelihood is we come revisit this trend line at some point. And if we lose that, we're probably coming back down towards 31. And I don't want to get caught up in buying here and then immediately start seeing a loss. So I'm setting my stop losses below this establishment of a trend line, okay? That's just the way I would go about it to minimize the risk, because I do believe this is more of a risky trade. Now, if I'm going to be a little bit less risky, what I'm doing is I'm still waiting for 38.9 to get cleared. I still think that is the key identification level of when we're finally seeing a real breakout from Solana. Now, I know some people aren't going to want to wait, 14% to the upside to do some accumulating, and that's totally up to them. Go ahead and purchase in this zone if you want to. I'm just not willing to. What I'm waiting is the break of 38.9, and if we're capable of breaking this level, we would very likely start to look for this growth back up towards 48, back up to 49, start to look to implement this breakout target from our W bottom here, and which does break out right back to this high that we put in back here, maybe come retested, maybe put in some type of Adam and Eve pattern on the macro, and then start looking for the even bigger breakout. Now, do I think we're in the economic environment for that to happen? Probably not, but I can't predict what the crypto is going to do. I can just read the charts, and what the charts tell me is that breaking 39 is still the key identification level of where we could see some growth, because I know the shorter time frames, they do look a little bit more grim, but if we look at something like the weekly on Solana is so corrected and overextended to the downside, and it is finally starting to turn up in the sense that we could be seeing some growth here. We broke this trend. We were capable of getting above it. We back tested it, and I think Solana could be in a position to see some type of bounce, and that bounce, again, in my opinion, is identified with a break of $38.93, and that is the level that I would be looking to go long at. Now, whenever I do go long, I'm doing it all on BitGet, and I told you all I had something for you. So just a couple of days ago, I posted a video on the channel talking about the event I am running with BitGet right now. What this event is if you sign up for BitGet with the link down below, no KYC necessary, you're going to get $15 as a USDT futures trading bonus completely for free. That means you can trade with the $15 just as you like on whatever you want completely for free. Now, once you make a deposit, again, no KYC necessary, you are going to get 10% of your deposit back all the way up into $1,000. It means if you deposit $1,000, you're getting $100 back. You deposit $500, you're getting $50 back, plus that extra $15 just for signing up. Guys, don't miss out on this. This is one of the best deposit and sign up bonuses that there is, and it took a lot of negotiating from my side to get this done, so make sure you go take advantage of that. But overall, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. Again, I think that we are in a position to see some growth. I'm not going to risk it right now by getting faked out by 34.25, but I do believe, breaking this level, even if we do get a pullback here, we're probably in position to come revisit 38.9. And once we're finally capable of breaking this MLR, then I'm looking to really go long with Solana. So I'm staying patient. I think that's always the best thing to do. Stay patient, allow this to play out as it needs to. Don't be in some crazy rush because crypto's not going anywhere, and just let these gains fall into your hands as it does just play out. That's the best thing you can do in my opinion, and it has led to the most success. Whenever I start rushing trades, when I start trying to do trades just kind of impulsively, it never really that successful, but whenever I sit back, establish confirmation levels, and just wait, I almost always have a lot more success. So with that said, that's going to be about it. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I will see you all next time. Again, also remember, go use the link down below, get $115 completely for free. Don't miss out on that because it does end soon. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all next time. Peace.